Hello retro gamers and welcome to a new episode of Sunday Quickie. If you're not aware, Sunday Quickie is a series of videos on this channel where there is no script, there is very low production values, but most importantly, a retro gaming subject that we all look at and delve into together, like a mass, if that's not too weird. It's not weird for me, hopefully it's not weird for you. For today's subject, I was actually a bit conflicted about what to do. Honestly, I wanted to release a game review this weekend, but I had a bit of a long week, and a couple of long days over a long week, and it just hasn't really happened yet. So forget about that for the time being. Originally, I was going to check out something you've undoubtedly heard about, which is a new Game Boy Advance game called Goodbye Galaxy. There's a demo out, it looks really cool, but every gaming media sites and their dog is covering that at the moment, as well as all the podcasts and other YouTube channels. So I was going to do it as well, just, get in with the pack. But then an email dropped into my inbox. Kickstarter for an 8-bit NES game. Sounds pretty cool. So a couple of episodes ago, I looked at another brand new game for a retro system, and that was called Pine Creek on the Game Boy Color. Again, they emailed me, the developer or the publisher emailed me, and I got a demo, and they're going to be releasing a physical release at the end of the year. Much the same for this. So this was sent to me by a lovely sounding gentleman named Fabio. So Fabio, thank you for the email. Talking about a new NES game that's going to get a physical release, as well as a release on an Evercade Megacat, Evercade Megacat collection, due out later in the year, I think. So it's called Roniu's Tale, and it is a puzzle top-down game in the likes of Solstice and Solomon's Key. So let's just quickly tab over to the press release. So the development studio is called Kunji Studio, and this press release is about a Kickstarter, which they launched on the 10th of August. So the Kickstarter is still going as of filming, but I'll show you that in a second. Regardless, Kickstarter's been going for a little while now. It started on the 10th. They're releasing a physical cartridge on the NES, but since it's been developed in partnership with Megacat Studios, it's going to be featured on the Evercade's Megacat Collection 2, which is August 27th, so that's already out. August has happened, right? Hard to keep track of months. Feels like the last year and a half has been a bit of a blur. So I think that's the demo that's been released on the collection. Not entirely sure. I need to get some clarification on that. Regardless, their Kickstarter goal is $15,000. So let's see how the Kickstarter's going. As you can see, they've absolutely smashed it. It's up to $53,000, even though that has been converted to Australian monopoly money, which is funny. That's what 15,000 American dollars equals in Australian dollars. Regardless, they have over 600 backers and still 12 days to go. So if you're interested, after seeing this video, I'll link it down below. You can still get on board. Everything is still happening as of filming today, which is the 4th. So not actually a Sunday, but don't tell anyone. Anyway, so I won't go too much into the actual game itself here. We'll go have a look at it. And just so you know, I will be filming this a little bit differently to the Pine Creek video that I did as a sort of like a let's play sort of thing, and it ended up going for half an hour. And I don't think anyone wants to watch me play and try and figure out a game for half an hour, at least in this sort of video format. So after I've finished filming this here little intro, I'm going to go play, record it all, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you the footage. I'm going to cut it down a little bit, but I'm just going to give you my off-the-cuff first impression. So it'll be the same, kind of, but just not as elongated, hopefully. I mean, we're already up to 4 minutes, so these videos, they move along quickly. So we'll just scroll past this to the pledges. So obviously you can start at $1 and you get a little thank you, but starting from $10, you get a PDF manual, the ROM, the comic, which I guess is also in PDF form, as well as the soundtrack. And I guess that would all be digital. So there's a few more pledges, but when you get up to $40, that's when you get the physical cartridge. If we go up a little bit more, if you go up to $70 American, you get it in a box, you get a poster, and it goes on and on and on. As the pledges go up, you get more and more stuff. And it finishes at $300, where you get a keychain, a collectible box, you get some postcards, a badge, 2 badges, a couple of posters. So yeah, you can really go, if you really want to support this. There's a cool little statue there. Is that the keychain? Must be. I don't see anything about a statue. No. Anyway, you can download the demo off this Kickstarter, the very one I'm about to show you that was emailed to me. So it is an NES game. It runs in an NES emulator, but of course it can be ran on, flash cartridges and the likes. So yeah, I'm going to go give it a bit of a play and then we'll come right back. All right, so first impressions. Let me just take out the Galaxy earbud since I actually managed to get it to work this time rather than, having the awkward wired headphones dangling all over the place. So I played through the NES emulator because I don't actually own a flash cart for my NES, unfortunately. Wish I did. It'd be good for these sort of videos. First impressions, I'm quite impressed. I had a lot of fun, actually. I love puzzle games like this. So let me just explain how it works. Basically, you're in these top-down play fields, and those blue things are tiles. If you walk over those tiles, they disappear, so you can only walk over them once. So the real meat of it is that you need to find a route through these levels without dying. So you can die by either walking into one of those little golem things. I think there's other enemies as well. One hit, you die. You can die by walking back into a tile you've already demolished. By walking over it, you'll fall to your death. And you can also walk off the edge. And I actually found that walking off the edge was the way I died the most. You'd think that would be the most obvious way to avoid death, but just make sure, I don't know if it was because I was using the 360 controller, but try not to hold down the directional button as you're moving around because it's pretty sensitive, honestly, and you think you've pulled it away in time and the guy just keeps walking and he goes off the edge. So not a huge issue, and I usually blame myself most times when that happened, but you can just tap it once and it'll move 1 block. There is no time limit in each level, so you can really think about it, but there are lives. So basically 3 lives and you're done. There's no battery save by the looks of it. It's all passwords. I don't know. I forgot how to say passwords mid-word there. I got halfway through it. Anyway, there is a password system in there somewhere. I wasn't really looking out for it. If you're using an emulator, I'm using Messen. In this case, you can do save states and whatever else. But basically, you have 3 lives, and if you run out of those lives, it resets all the way back to the beginning. So if you have a particularly bad run of accidentally walking off the edge like I did, it can be frustrating to have to go all the way back. So just make sure you know what the password is or that you're doing save states if you don't want to continuously play the levels over and over and over to get to the point where you're at. But hey, it is a retro game and a retro theme, and that's just how they were back then. So I guess I can't really complain too much about that. So the main goal of each level is to pick up these orbs as well as the keys. Now, I haven't played too far in. Like I said, this is just a first look, but it looks like there are more power-ups. So you have these projectiles that I was mostly playing as, where you get 3 shots. And sometimes you have to think about these 3 shots because sometimes there'll be more than 3 barriers that can be destroyed. But you may just have to think of a way to work your way around it without using up your precious ammo. Now, I only played up to the 2nd set of rooms, but there was another power-up that appeared that let me jump over gaps. So it appears the more and more you play, it looks like just different gameplay mechanics are going to be added in as you go. Whoa, stomach just did a mega rumble just then. Don't know if that was picked up on the microphone. If we go back to the Kickstarter page, which is in here somewhere, I'm pretty sure it talks about the different power-ups, so we'll just check that real quick, as well as the different type of enemies. So far in the little playthrough I did, we only saw the green Guloteca, similar to a small goblin. So, then there's items. So there's scrolls as well. I didn't see those. Different powers. So there's him shooting the fireballs, which I was talking about. So that can break walls as well as kill enemies. Looks like you can also transform into a ghost, so you can cross through blocks. There's levitation. So that's the second one I saw when he went straight over the tiles. And then there's also another one where you can apparently create blocks out of thin air. So yes, definitely looking forward to giving this a full play. Now, because this has been released on a physical cartridge, I have requested a review copy. So much like the Pine Creek video, I asked the same there. If the developer and publisher do end up sending me a physical copy, I will be doing a full-blown review. None of this off-the-cuff nonsense that I'm doing right now. But the point of these videos is I can just quickly get them out. We can have a look at a subject, and it gets the word out. So, yeah. But I think I have accomplished what I want to for this video. So thank you again, Fabio, for the email. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.